Hi, I guess it's another nightly thoughts video because, like, it's 3 a.m. almost, and I'm, like, not sleeping. So, another nightly thoughts video. Also, this cup is there for a reason. It's also holding my precious tea that is slowly helping me relax. It's called chamomile tea. Chamomile tea smells delicious. It tastes like nothing, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It doesn't taste like much, but it also, like, relaxes you so much. It's amazing. Anyways, like, yeah, I had fun today. I went to the open mic thing with my friend. Friends, plural. There were more than one of them there. Well, I only knew two of them, and the other, like, I don't know, it was really weird. I couldn't keep track of how many people were there, because honestly, like, I only saw, like, two people that I knew, like, that I saw that came, and then I saw, like, a few other people, but I couldn't keep track of how many. So, like, I would say about, like, maybe 5 or 6. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest, okay? I kind of was just, like, lost in the music of the open mic cafe, which right now is, like, my new favorite place, because, like, the ambiance of that, like, cafe is so beautiful. Like, everyone's so nice and welcoming. Like, it's amazing. And, like, I was just like, oh my god, I felt so nice. It felt so nice. But, and then my two friends that I was actually there for, who, like, I knew was gonna be there, they sang, and it was so cute. They were, like, the last performance, so there weren't that many people left, but they still sang, and it was so cute. Like, oh my god, I loved it so much. The only problem was that they were so shy. They were so cute. They were so shy that they kind of mumbled, so you couldn't really hear them above the sounds of their ukuleles sometimes, but they were still adorable. Like, literally so cute. Like, like, so cute. Also, that open mic place is, like, my new favorite place ever, because, like, the ambiance of the place, the people are so nice. Like, oh my god. The only person that I didn't like much was, I'm pretty good at reading people, okay? And there's this one guy, well, this pair of people, who I didn't particularly like. Well, at first, like, they sang one song, and, like, that was okay. Their one song was, like, really good, and it sounded really professional, and they said it was original, so I was, like, really surprised, like, oh my god, these people are great. And then they sang another song, which is fine. Like, you can sing 2 songs if you want, but the thing is, like, there's a time limit, and so they were kind of, like, having people, like, rush a little bit so that, like, you can, like, have time for everyone to perform, you know? And so they sang a second song, and it was pretty much just as good as the first one. Same vocals, same, like, beautiful singing voices. And then they literally sang a third song, and I was kind of like, okay, guys, we get it. It's getting old now. Like, we get it. You have talent, okay? There are many other people who have talent, like, who are in line behind you. Get your asses off the stage and let the other people perform, okay? Like, and then they spent, like, 10 minutes, like, well, okay, maybe 10 minutes is a stretch, but they spent, like, a decent amount of time just, like, being like, and also, we have an album, or we have a single, and, like, it's on SoundCloud, and, like, this is our Instagram, and, like, this is our other, like, social media stuff. And I was like, okay, I get having a platform, but, like, taking the time from other people's spotlight to shine on your own fucking, like, shit is just not okay. Like, I get it, like, but this is a shared space. It's not just your little stage, okay? Like, you gotta move off when you, like, I just kind of got annoyed about that. Just a little bit. And they are really talented. There's no denying that. They both had really good pitch and harmonization and just all of those other words that I don't fully understand because I've never really taken a musician class, so just nope. So, but they did sing really well, but then you also, like, knew that they already had a single out. Like, they already kind of had their fame, or their fame is, like, further than, like, I don't know. I feel like they were more of, like, just, like, doing it the like going to the cafe to perform more like a way to show off than to actually like share their talent and like inspire others, or just like be courageous and like want to get your like story out there, or like your music out there, because their music is already out there. They already have a single out. Like, you were just kind of showing off, in my opinion, which I mean, I could be wrong, but to me that's what it seemed like. Oh, and then later on I got a story from one of the girls who was with us. She was telling me about how the guy in that particular group, he was like, he went to the school or something and was talking about drugs, but he was very patronizing and very like sarcastic and an asshole about it. So she said she didn't like him because of that. And I was like, well, she actually told me this before they performed, but I have a thing where I don't like judging people before I've actually met them, or like interacted with them in person. Like, this infuriates a lot of friends that I have, especially in high school, because high school is all about drama and rumors, and I don't participate in that because I think it's complete bullshit. But the majority of high school does. So they are all worried about that, and they tell me rumors, and they tell me this and that, and I'm just kind of like, in one ear, not the other, dude. I don't give a fuck, okay? Like, and so like when she was telling me this, I was kind of like, yeah, cool. Like, that was your experience. Like, maybe he was having a bad day. Like, you can't judge someone just based off your one experience with them, okay? So again, like, even though I didn't particularly like the way that he acted on like stage, and I say stage very loosely, like, it was just basically a square carpet, and it had spotlight, and it had chairs, and it had mics set up, but it was still really cool. But yeah, so the stage, like, I think they kind of just abused the power that they were given a little bit too much, in my opinion. But I mean, if they could have like had innocent intent and not been trying to show off, I just personally think they were. And then also, like, my friend's story, even though I have no like evidence to like prove that other than her telling me that, like, I don't think she would lie, even though I don't really know that well. I know she's close friends with two people that I do very well trust, so I don't think she would lie about it. But like, still, like, you could have been having a bad day, you never know. But still, like, I didn't particularly like that group just because they had really good talent, and they sung really well, and they like had like good guitar good guitar skills. Yeah, that's I'm not talented, okay? You can't expect me to know the whole stuff about that, okay? Like, literally. Remember when I was younger, I tried doing so many things, and I always failed. Anyways, moving on. So that happened, but then before that, there were like dozens upon dozens of people who performed, and some of them you could tell were regulars because they just had this like confident air about them, and that was pretty cool to watch. But then there were also like so many like adorable people who were like so shy, and then you could like see them, like, some of them would do more than one song. Like, usually they would do 2 songs at most, and a lot of the ones that were really shy, especially if they were in a group, like, the first song is where they were super shy, and then the second song is where they gained confidence, and you saw them shine, and it was so cute. My God, like, oh, I love the cafe. Like, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like, oh my God. So, and I did record some of them, but some of them, like, you could just like see that they were like, some of them you could tell that they were regulars based off their confidence. And I actually tried to record people who I knew were not very comfortable. It sounds so bad. I'm not like trying to target them by recording them and be like, haha, you failed. No, that's not it. Like, I think it's beautiful how people can be like so shy and insecure when they're singing, and then gain the confidence like as they go further along in the song, or not even gain confidence, but just singing even though you can tell they're scared. Like, that's just beyond brave. And I know a lot of those people who have like appearance of confidence, they might be a little scared as well, but they're more practiced, so they're not as scared, and it's probably not their first time, not their first rodeo. They've probably done it dozens of times, so it doesn't really affect them as much, and they probably like have really like comfortable with themselves on stage. And you can tell that the ones that I recorded who were shy, like, just weren't. And that's why I wanted to record them, because, like, they inspired me. So I wanted to keep record of the people who inspired me, because honestly, I don't sing. Or I don't sing well, at least. I mean, I've tried to do a few covers on here. I mean, unfortunately, you guys have seen them. They're not the greatest, okay? Like, I don't have a beautiful singing voice. I don't have good pitch. I don't have whatever it is that makes singing good. Like, I just don't have any of that. Like, never was born with it. Like, didn't pursue it to, like, actually, like, train myself to be a better singer. Like, nope. Nope. Which, honestly, I've thought about it, but, like, I think I need to focus on myself before I can focus on anything that I think I might be passionate about, you know? So, we're gonna hold off on that one. But anyways, like, it was just, like, amazing seeing those people. Like, they were so beautiful. Like, the whole cafe was literally, like, I can't even begin to describe the amount of, like, pure joy and, like, just happiness and, like, comfort that cafe, like expressed. Like, just stepping inside the cafe. I mean, I was overrun with nerves because lots of people were there, or it seemed like lots of people were there, and I was just kind of like, oh no, people. And then I was like, wait, there's a crowd here, and then I'm gonna be meeting more people because my friends' friends are coming. That's great. I was overrun with nerves and, like, kind of a little bit stiff and, like, awkward and, like, didn't know what to do with myself. So I was, like, not, like, initial comfort. I mean, I felt it, but it was extremely mild compared to, like, what I think, like, a normal, rational, like, non-afraid person would be feeling of the comfort in that room or that cafe. Because, like, just even the staff were so nice. Like, just, like, I can't get over. Like, some people, like, they just, it's just a safe place, you know? And sometimes those places are so hard to find. I remember when I lived with my mom, I took forever to find my safe place. And then I finally did, and it was in a library, and I went there all of the time. And that was where I felt my most happy, where I felt my most free. Like, I felt like no one could control me there. Like, I had every single book at my leisure. Like, I had a computer so I could work on schoolwork, and I had, like, books, and I had, like, comfortable chairs. I had space because that library was huge. Like, it was just my safe place. And also, like, even because I came there so much, because I literally came there every day to that library, the staff recognized me, and they were like, oh, hi, I recognize you. Some of them even knew my name. Like, that's how bad it was. I honestly don't remember a lot of their names, but I do remember their faces. So, but yeah, I just loved that library. Like, it was my safe place whenever I was in a bad time, which was almost constantly. I would go there and, like, just need to take a break. And I remember I would spend hours there. Literally, I think I've spent up to, like, 5 or 6 hours in that library. Like, it was bad. Like, I stayed there until it was closing, and I was literally the last person to leave the library. It was so bad. But it was my safe place, and where I felt the most comfortable with. Like, I just felt, like, more secure and safe, and, like, I felt comfortable. And I feel like that's what this cafe could be for me. And it could be, like, this new safe place. And, like, you don't even have to pay. You can just, like, walk in and, like, listen to the beauty of talent and people who are inspiring other people, just like me, who don't even realize they're inspiring other people, and just like, oh my god. Also, I was kind of nervous because I was thinking, I don't sing and I don't do any talent, but I was thinking, you know what, this is like the perfect environment, because I have this like low-key dream, okay? Like, it's extremely small. Like, I've pushed it in the back of my brain like for a long time. Literally, the only time I realized that this could be, like, a possibility, because I didn't even know that this was a thing, but there are, like, legitimately, like, seminars and stuff for, like, people who want to read their poetry, and, like, in cafes, like the cafe that we went to, where people were, like, singing music and up on mics and on stage, and people would clap, and, like, happy environment, like, that's where a lot of people would read their poetry. And, like, it's kind of like a poetry thing. And I was just, like, blown away by that. And, like, ever since I read that in one of my favorite books that I still have, actually, it's a really good book. It's kind of been, like, a low-key dream of mine to, like, go to one of those seminars and, like, read poetry to people. Because poetry is the one thing that I'm good at. And the one thing that has always been there for me and that I've always had confidence in. So, I don't know. But I feel like some of my poetry could inspire other people, so, like, maybe? I don't know. So I say maybe, like, at that cafe I could read my poetry. I don't know. But I want to. But it kind of, like, dashed down my confidence because, like, everyone who performed today was singing, and they all sang beautifully, but also, like, everyone sang. Not one person read a poem. That means, like, if I started going there regularly and, like, read poems, like, I would just be the, like, only person who read poems there. Like, that would be weird, and I would stand out, and I hate standing out. I'm a wallflower, okay? I'm happy in my comfortable, invisible state. Oh, I also met a new person today. Complete stranger, this dude. He's just, like, playing music outside of the cafe because the cafe closed, but he was still outside and playing music and singing. It was pretty funny, actually. Is funny. Like, oh my god, his lyrics were so funny. He's pretty good too, though. And then, like, my friend who's actually really confident and, like, just she can pull off, like, talking to random strangers and being completely chill about it. I can't really do that. But she could, so she started talking to him, and he was just like, oh yeah, like, blah 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 blah. They're having a conversation, and then randomly I'll pitch in sometimes, and they would all both look at me, and then I would freak out, and then I would go silent again. Typically happens to me when I'm in bigger groups of people. Like, I'll be completely silent, like, people will forget about me, ignore me, and then I'll say something and everyone will be shocked. Like, oh my god, she's actually there. Like, I didn't know she was there. And then I freak out again. I'm just like, oh no, I must disappear again. And then I go quiet. Like, it's a relentless cycle. It's so bad. Yeah, anyways, so I was doing that with them a little bit. And then my friend had to go check on our other friend because our other friend was, like, on her phone with her boyfriend or something. I have no idea. And so, like, he continued playing his music, and then I made, like, an offhand comment, and then we started a conversation, and then we was talking about how, like, we got on the subject of my high school, and, like, how I go to high school, and it's like, cool, and then I was like, yeah, I don't really like it, though, and he's like, why not? High school, like, if you're not happy in high school, that's pretty bad, and I'm just like, yeah, well, it's not enjoyable for me, because, like, a lot of people, they only care about, like, shallow things. Even the people that I'm close to and, like, care about, like, a lot of times they'll get caught up in the shallow things as well, and I'm just kind of like, what are you doing? You're, like, wasting so much time, effort, and emotional trauma, like, that you're risking over something so insignificant. Like, literally, you're not going to remember half of the shit that you're worrying about, like, in 10 years. Not even 10 years, like, maybe even a year. Like, and you're just worrying about it so much, and it frustrates me so much because I've seen people literally tear themselves to pieces and worry themselves silly just because they're worried about one teeny tiny thing that's, like, so insignificant in the grand scheme of things that it's just kind of like, okay, can you maybe not? Like, just calm down a little bit, please. I'll say you, me. I kind of strategically placed this because, there's a frog. Oh, you can't actually see the frog. Never mind. We're dead. I love to eat. Except for when it makes me choke. But yeah, that was my night tonight. The only downside to this open mic thing is if I go back, oh my god, I didn't even mention. Okay, dude. Okay, so like on the ride there, it wasn't that bad because I had my friend pick me up, and like it was fine. Like the ride there was okay. I mean, the driver, he had a few times where he was one of those like young people. Like I don't know, he's like maybe in his 20s, and he was driving, and he was kind of like look goofy off, and I was kind of like, dude, like don't do anything weird, okay? Please don't. I'm okay. Like I'm not one for judging people. Like he just a little bit like getting a little bit scared. Like the situation, just a little bit, just a tad. It was very mild though. Like the sun was out. Like I was doing okay. Like we were fine. I had my friend with me. Like we were good. Then we got to the open mic place, and then after it, like the same guy came to pick us up, and apparently he brought a friend with him, and like he was driving literally like so fast, and like just to an uncomfortable extent. And I was just kind of like, okay, like a little bit uncomfortable in this situation, just saying, like. But like, I didn't say anything. Okay, the only time that I did say anything was when he literally turned so sharply that like my ass lifted off of the seat. Okay, I was not happy about that. I was terrified, and I like literally, the girl next to me was my friend's friend, and I like literally said maybe 10 words to her the entire time, and I literally clamped onto her arm, and I was like, oh my god. And she was like, girl, what the fuck, get off me. And I was like, I'm scared. Yep, because that's my reaction. I'm scared. Like, can you sound even more like a 5-year-old? Okay, like, I just need to grow some balls. But also, like, he drives terrifying. Like, seriously, like, just, he is the embodiment of every freaking bad California driver ever. Just like more so because do I need to mention the illegal things that he did? Just driving. He said he ran a red light. Like he he broke so many laws. He was like, boy, what are we doing here? Like, oh, I was uncomfortable. But like, I had my friend there and it was fine. But like, I don't really want to ride with him ever again. So, like, I don't know. But like, it was fine, I guess. I mean, I can't say I've never driven in a crazy car before, but like, it's been a while, so it was kind of a shock. So I was kind of like freaking out a little bit, because like, as much as I joke about dying, I literally just, like, I was legitimately thinking about, oh my god, am I gonna die? Because, did I mention also, the seatbelt on my side where I was sitting, like, didn't work, so like, I wasn't buckled in either. And so he was like swerving around and shit, and I wasn't buckled in, okay? I was scared. And like, I legitimately thought, like, okay, Angela, if you die, think about what's gonna happen to your family. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, they're gonna move on relatively quickly. Like, it'll be okay. Like, you're fine. Like, just don't think about, like, your mom, because she's probably gonna, like, lose her mind if you die. Like, you're fine. Like, don't think about the disappointment. Like, whatever. It's fine. If you die, you're fine, you know? Like, it's whatever. Like, I was legitimately planning out my death. Like, and my family's mourning. And, like, just, it's a bit much. It's a little bit extreme. But, like, I was terrified, okay? Like, it was, like, the worst roller coaster ride ever. Because roller coaster rides are scary, but they're a fun type of scary. This ride was not a fun type of scary because it legitimately was, like, you aren't secure, like, you literally could die in the middle of the night, and, like, yeah, it's just scary, okay? Just a little bit scared. I mean, I literally used to think that, like, I didn't really care that much about my life, but I kind of do, because, like, even though I don't really know where my future is going to take me, like, I still kind of want to fulfill a future and stuff. But also, like, the biggest worry that I would have if I ever died prematurely would not be, like, the afterlife or whatever, because I don't fucking believe in an afterlife, but, like, my family's reaction, because I know my mom would not take it well. I mean, no one in my family would take it well, obviously, but I think the first person to get over me would probably be my grandma. She'd probably forget me first, and then probably like my distant relatives, like my cousin maybe would like just get over it faster, and then my uncle maybe next, and then my dad. But my mom for sure would not get over it, like ever. Like, I think that's what scares me the worst. If I had a premature death, my mom would definitely have a relapse, and she would definitely like completely just give up. I know, because she's not in the mental state to be ready to live without me yet. So that's what I was most afraid of when I was scared for my life in that car ride. But I was also fearing like disappointment, because I know that they would be disappointed if they found out that I got in a car that I knew I wasn't very comfortable in, but still got in it, and then was driven around weirdly, and then like still stayed in the car and like died in that car. And like everyone always tells you, like, don't get in a car unless you're comfortable with it, and I was not comfortable with that ride, but I still got in. Because like that friend, she's kind of like a new friend, and I didn't want to like, because she's one of those people who holds a grudge. So I knew if I insulted her, like even if it's just because I didn't want to ride with him, she would hold a grudge against me, and I might not have even been able to go to the open mic, and she might have like disliked me and like held a grudge against me, and like just turned all of her little gang against me, and that would have like been bad, because I honestly hate drama. But like as I'm becoming closer friends with her, like she has a big group of people who are on her side, who are friends with her, and like I don't want to mess with that. Okay, not gonna lie. Usually I end my friendships and they're mostly just kind of like I end it on a good note and we become acquaintances. I don't know if that would have happened to her, because she's so, like, she holds grudges. Like, I've seen her hold grudges with several people. Like, I don't want to be one of those people who, like, says the wrong thing or does the wrong thing, and then she holds an eternal grudge against them, you know? Even though I'm, like, growing to, like, care about her, because, like, she's a good person, and she's, like, she inspires me because she's, like, openly gay, and, like, she's, like, really strong, in my opinion, because she suffers from depression as well. And then she also has, like, a best friend who, like, understands everything as well and, like, just supports her. And they're just, like, the dynamic duo, and they're great. And people know not to fuck with them, and they're just great. But she also terrifies me on some levels. And there are some things that she does, and some things that she, like, some people that she hangs out with that I don't particularly agree with. But, like, a lot of it just has to do with, like, her family, so... But like her grudge thing, I don't know why she has that problem. Maybe it's like a defense mechanism, but I've never been one to hold grudges, so I can't understand what it's like. But, whoops. Does this thing fall again? Okay. We're good. I've never really been to one to hold grudges. But I mean, I guess a lot of people do it as a defense mechanism just because they can never trust someone again. But you can. Like, a lot of people make mistakes. Like, just holding on to things so, like, strongly the way that she does, and holding grudges, it just to me is pointless, because all it does is hurt you in the end. Because when you hold grudges, you hold not only distaste or distrust for that one person, but you automatically like distrust any kind of person that reminds you of that person, just because you're still holding a grudge against them. And then you also have all these like pent up negative feelings about that person still inside you all the time, because you're not letting it go and you're still holding the grudge. And like, they could have just made one mistake and you could like move past that and become super great friends with them. But because you're still holding on to that grudge, like, you could never have that happen, because you're still holding on to that grudge. Which I've learned, I've learned that, but she hasn't yet. And she needs time to, because there's no way to fucking convince her, because she's as stubborn as I am, where if you tell me something and I don't agree with it, I'm going to reject you. And fight you tooth and nail because, like, I don't want to accept it. She's the same way, so I can't change her currently. But hopefully she changes in the future because, like, holding that many grudges is going to tear you up inside. And just... I suffer more with self-hate rather than hatred/grudges of others, so, yeah. Yeah, this week is a busy week for me, though. I have to pack, I have to plan, I have to do this and that. It's fun. I'm tired. Oh my god, also in that cafe, I got so comfortable that I almost fell asleep. And it was only like 9, excuse me. It was only like 9 something when I almost fell asleep, and it shocked me because I never get sleepy around 9 anymore because, like, my body's just so attuned to staying up super late. But then the minute I left the cafe, I, like, woke up and was like, wide awake, sweetie, and, like, here we are, 3 a.m. And, oh, it's actually 3:20, and I'm still awake. I think I am tired, though. I'm just, like, almost afraid to sleep. Not because, like, of nightmares or anything like that, because I've grown out of nightmares from trauma and everything. But, like, anytime I stay up this late and I fall asleep, like, I miss the whole day. Like, I literally wake up around noon, and, like, it's really disappointing because, like, I feel, like, so worthless and, like, just worse about myself because I'm just like, look at that, you're lazy ass, slept through the whole fucking day, you missed this and that, like, look at that, like, add on to your failures and it's just because you slept in. And so I'm kind of afraid of and tired of doing that every morning. So I think even though it's an irrational fear, I kind of want to, like, fight that, and so I don't sleep. Literally have so many issues. Goodness gracious. Reminds me, on Monday I have to reschedule my counseling appointment. I tried to do it today, but they were closed because it's the weekend, so I have to wait till Monday. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, anyways, this video's over. Goodbye.